Hey Kulenga, really great job. The walk cycle is looking really good. It flows really nice. The weight is there. The personality really well done. How you have variation in the walk. So, one step is the rotation is different. Everything goes has variation. So really great job, and it all flows really nicely. So I really have very few notes. I mean, this is a really great blocking. So just for starters, I saw that someone pointed out here that you could get a nice line of action here, because also the back leg feels a bit too straight. Actually, he points about rotating the hips, which may actually work. I'm not gonna talk about that. But what I actually would do is rotate the foot roll in this foot, rotate it up a little bit more. Why? Because that foot roll is gonna bend the leg a bit more and allow for the nicer line of action. Because also if you check the rest of your animation, woo woo walk, you can see here, you can see from pose to pose. In this pose the heel is already raised a little bit, and then the next pose the heel is in the same amount of rotation. And we actually, if you start rotating it here, you have to keep rotating it until like progressively, because right now it feels rigid, that the foot is just rigid and won't rotate. So if you rotate it upwards in the foot roll, it not only will feel organic as the foot is progressively rotating as as the other leg moves forward, but will also get a nicer line of action and the slight bend on the knee that you need. Um, and also another thing from the side view, you see the head, although it's a personality walk, so I don't know the reference that you used, how well and how exactly how it is. But I just noticed that if you check the walk cycle, all nice, but you can see here, you have the step, the drag on the head, great, but then he steps, he moves up, and then you have the rotation. But I feel like if you would have the rotation on the head as an overlap here, so you have the weight is already, you plant the weight, boom, and then here by this pose you already would have the rotation on the head already, because in here he already took the weight, so you would have to see the reaction in the head around this pose, but you actually have it around the next one and the middle pose. So or yeah, around this pose. So yeah, I would actually rotate the head a bit earlier, so we actually feel like the the weight of the head is making the overlap, because right now otherwise it's just I don't know, it feels isolated, the rotation. Although the rest of the walk feels nice, the rotations, in that part I feel it feels a bit too late for me. But anyways, it's something that you will probably see better in splines when you fully see the walk cycle. Maybe you can adjust it. I mean, it's just the head rotation, so it's not such a big deal. Um, you can keep it like that and just adjust it in the next step, however you like. But yeah, just keep in mind the head rotations. Just try to uh, convey that they are the slight overlap uh, uh, um, on the up and downs that they make the head rotate. I would try to coordinate it as much as better as possible. Um, and then uh, here on the feet, the front view also looks really nice. The swag, everything feels really great. Just one point here, when he raises the foot, I would try to, if the tip of the foot is here, I will try to keep it around this place, so we feel a bit of drag on the ankle, so the foot starts to move this way, and we feel already the tip of the foot rod is dragging a bit, because right now when the foot raises it can feel a bit rigid, that keeps the same amount of rotation, or it just rotates towards this side. So yeah, I will try to create a bit more drag here, and then here you actually have the drag. The thing that I pointed out in here, just keeping the tip of the toe dragging, but the only thing is, in this case, you are moving it too much inwards, so it feels like it moves inwards, but at this point the foot is just barely lifting off the ground, so it should be around the same um, point. You see what I mean? So the tip of the toe should be pretty much on the same place on the front view when he's just barely lifting up, because it's not sliding to the side. So the tip of the foot should be around the same place. I hope I explained myself. Another thing, also, see how in this frame, see how the arm feels quite rigid, how it moves with the body. Boom, boom, and see, everything moves with the body. And then it would be okay if the rest of the animation would keep it moving, but you see how this part of the arm rotates a lot with the body. So see how it rotates a lot, and then in the next pose it keeps the same rotation, so it's not moving anymore as the arm is moving back. So I would actually try to, in this frame, don't move the upper part that much. Maybe leave a bit room for the next pose. So in this pose, the arm keeps moving this side, the upper arm keeps moving this side ever so slightly, and then it can start moving inwards again, and then back, and then outwards, or however you have it in your reference. I just feel that this part feels a bit rigid on the arm, because it moves together with keeps the same angle, and then it kind of stops there, and just the lower arm moves in the front view at least. But I mean, it could work nicely on the when you go to splines. So I don't know. I just wanted to point out to see if you can make sure that it feels fluid, that part. And what else? Mm-hmm. Here there is something in the hand. See how boom, it is rotated this way, and then on this frame is completely rotated the other way. Um, it might work, but I feel it's too fast. You see how boom, all of a sudden rotates really fast. So I don't know if that's gonna work. Um, and then because it rotates this side very fast, and on the same pose and the next pose it rotates the other way. So I don't know if it's gonna work the rotation really fast to one side and then the other side. I think I would maybe reduce the amount of rotation in this pose, in the hand. And then same here. Same here. Let me see. Here. See how it rotates this way? The arm rotates inwards, then outwards, and boom. It's inwards, outwards. So it might work. I don't know. In the side view, it looked quite okay. But the final check would have to be on the next phase. But yeah, I mean, just keep it in mind to make sure that it's working. If you see it's hard to make it work, maybe reduce the amount of rotations. So yeah, just keep it in mind. So yeah, man, that's all. You see, as you can see, very few notes. Well, actually, one more note. The side-to-side rotations of the head. I don't know in your reference how the head moves, although it feels quite um, vertical. It doesn't have much rotations, which could be okay, but check the reference again to see if there is some kind of rotations. For example, here when it moves to the side, maybe the head drags ever so slightly. I don't know. I will check again the reference to see if you can find the side-to-side rotations of the head a bit more to emphasize them, just a slightly bit. And then, yeah, as I said, that's all my notes. Really, really great job, and can't wait to see the next phase.